Hello, everyone. Ben Bryce, joined by Ryan Etner on Thursday, June 6th, to give you your midday mayhem. Ryan, we're finally seeing some activity. It seems like in the overnights we are higher, and it kind of gives it away throughout the day. But so far today, the grains are holding it. What's going on?
Yeah. Trade getting excited about the Brazil tax story from late yesterday. Not too much of a surprise to see, like you said, overnight reacting to that, but nice to see that the day session seems to care a good amount about it too. Not too many details on it yet, but obviously, given how much lower corn and beans have been, finding a bounce the size of today is not that difficult.
Yeah, corn and beans did step back. They got to that, support level down there that we were at back, I think, in April, really.
Yeah.
And, it was nice to see corn get really close to that $5 mark for, a couple of weeks, but we can see how quickly it goes away.
Yeah.
And it doesn't take too long to set back quite a bit. So, with this going on with that tax story, is there anything else out there? We did get export sales this morning for the markets.
Yeah, exports are pretty strong for corn. That makes 6 strong weeks in a row.
Right.
For beans, technically they're a little poor, but they weren't all that bad.
Yeah.
They're not much of a story there.
Okay. Yeah, corn for a while, it was there's no demand, there's no demand, there's no demand. And then over the past month and a half, you're right, it's been just kind of getting stronger.
Yeah.
Now, that being said, it's not necessarily super friendly.
Yeah.
We're back to on par.
Yeah, back to par, no longer hurting us. Yes.
Exactly. So it's nice to see that come into play, and hopefully that continues. It's not necessarily, like I said, it's that super friendly story, but if we see it continue now, we got to start changing the dynamic, especially going into the growing season, and might have a demand story or maybe some weather stories.
Yeah.
All right. So the grains are looking good today. What about wheat? Because we had a really strong start too, but
wheat continues to find overnight support from still concerns about Russia. We don't know how that's going to pan out yet, but the Monday's harvest report showed the hard red winter wheat harvest 6%. So we're just getting that going. As that moves north, we're expecting to hear even stronger yields as you get towards Kansas and everything. So I think we're seeing just consistent day session harvest pressure every day.
All right. Now, moving away from the grains, livestock, how's that looking? Because cattle have been on a tear here for a while, but it seems like that gas pedal isn't down as hard.
Yeah. They've eased back. Trade's taken a very cautious approach to cattle, even more cautious than the fundamentals would say. If we look at boxed beef, which is still running this market pretty much, it took out a key resistance this week, and it's still very slowly trending higher. To me, it looks like trade is more concerned about what boxed beef might do. It seems like everyone's a little concerned that it might start falling apart.
Okay, and cattle being cattle, it seems like once you see that boxed beef, be weaker for a day or two, it's all right, guys. And then it seems like those markets trade in elevators.
Yeah.
And speaking of elevators, hogs have just been sliding back. They can't win for losing.
Yeah, the funds have been hammering away at that for 5 weeks. This week, it looks pretty obvious that this makes week 6. So now the question will be, when we get tomorrow's Commandment Traders report, and that'll only tell us through Tuesday, but how close to flat are they? I would have to think they're getting pretty close to flat. Now, looking back over years of hog trade, they usually go a little bit past flat. So you'd say flat to slightly short is about when you'd expect them to start easing up.
All right. And something else too with the hog market, you're approaching those January lows. So, if you look at the yearly chart on hogs, it just seems like you have a spike up, and now you're getting back to where you started. So
yeah, it's getting so low, a speculator would have to say, I have to step in here somewhere.
Yeah, you got to be careful with that. Obviously, the risk behind everything, but with guys that are trading, what are you looking at them doing? For when it comes to grains, when you're talking about hedging, what should guys be looking out there to be doing?
I think most guys are in grains looking for any kind of a bounce to hedge from.
Yep.
Perfectly good approach.
Right.
Little gray area as to what you should be aiming for. Today, maybe you want to see a little bit more than today.
Yeah.
It is still early in the growing season. We might have a weather scare.
Right.
But
it's only June. The first week in June.
Yeah. Hedging on bounces, I think that's about what most guys are looking for, and that's a perfect approach in my opinion.
Got it. Well, guys, you can only say so much on here. So if you guys want to have a further conversation and maybe really put a plan together specific to your operation, give us a call. We do put out snapshots. We got some reports next week, again, at the end of the month. So keep your eyes out for that. And with that, give us a call, 1-800-2-MARKET. That's 1-800-262-7538. And Ryan, thanks for joining me. Thank you guys for watching, and we will be talking next week. Thank you.